So
Mahomes number one.
Mahomes, Jackson, Wilson, Breeze, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Matt Stafford, Carson Wentz, Tom Brady, and Ben Roethlisberger. The top 10 quarterbacks entering the 2020 season, according to this jerkwad. Ben, what are
seven
your
of those guys? 7 of those guys are in my top 10. But 3 of those, I have 3 guys in the top 10 have been top 10 quarterbacks. That's was not mentioned just now. So that's kind of weird.
I watched that clip when you sent it today, Jason, or yesterday, and the guy that made that list was not the host of the show. It was another guy, some nerd, and the host of the show to set it up said, a lot of you people out there, you got it easy. You're just judging other people's lists. But the real hard thing is to make a list. It's really hard to make a list.
It's not that hard. I just did it like 10
minutes.
I did it in 10 minutes.
It's the easiest thing in the world to make a list. You could take 10 names and throw them on the floor and pick it up and make a list. And this guy's
hey.
how hard it is to make a list. Speaking of that,
I think that's what some of these guys did. So.
Right. That was just one guy's opinion. So who cares?
Some people are just crazy making some.
What's the other thing you were talking about? Oh, you sent me talking about something. It was like
yeah. Hold on. There's more quarterback stuff.
Conferences. There's some crap quarterback.
Yeah.
Eckes has got a comment. He says, unless Megatron is back, which isn't happening, Stafford isn't going to do squat. Stafford has been highly inconsistent his whole career. I don't know why everybody loves Stafford so much. Okay, here's the other thing that happened. There's other crazy stuff. They made all NFL all-decade teams. Just came out this week. But another thing was this, ranking the divisions based on their starting quarterbacks. So the divisions ranked 1 through 8 based on the group of quarterbacks in that division. So this is all about quarterbacks now. Okay. The number one on this guy's list is the NFC South. With Matt Ryan, who's so great, Drew Brees, who's pretty good, Tom Brady, and Teddy Bridgewater.
And Taysom Hill.
That is the number one. No, they don't have Taysom Hill on here. That's
and
the
Jameis Winston
group of Jameis Winston.
Ben,
he's the backup for the Saints.
You'd like that article because it said that Matt Ryan is severely underrated, and he's a stud. He's a stud in the middle of his Hall of Fame career.
What? Oh, I missed that part. I
was actually thinking about that. The other day, I was thinking who's better, Matt Ryan or Matt Hasselbeck? Which Matt is better? And I honestly was like trying to figure it out, just to be because I know Hasselbeck's not going to make the Hall of Fame. And the sad part is Matt Ryan has a chance because he won an NFL MVP honor one year that he didn't deserve. But one of these days, maybe next week's show, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to get all the stats and blah, blah, blah for Hasselbeck and compare him to all these different quarterbacks that everybody says are so great now in this league where they're just passing. And Hasselbeck put up a crap ton of numbers on a team with frickin' Sean Alexander scoring 23 goddamn touchdowns 2 years in a row or whatever it was. And did anybody and there was, I don't know. I'm just saying it's a shame that Matt Hasselbeck got screwed by the refs and Ben Roethlisberger's crappy jump got a frickin' Super Bowl out of it. And then Matt Ryan is probably going to be going to be a Hall of Famer because he got an MVP that he should never got, that Aaron Rodgers should have got. Yeah. And he went to the Super Bowl with a huge lead and blew it. And what the crap? It's just ridiculous. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. I was losing my mind there.
The list itself is really bad and really dumb as I go through this. But if you read the explanation, it makes it even more dumb.
More dumb?
Yeah, it's stupider. The more you read, the less it makes sense. And Les gives you credit to this guy. He's a huge Teddy Bridgewater fan as well. I don't know how
He's a huge fan of everybody if you read this.
Right.
Every quarterback is awesome in his prime. And I'd agree with his ranking of the NFC South if this was based on 2015. But it's not.
I had that same thought. That's perfect for 2017, but I don't know how.
Yeah. So the number two group, the number two division is the NFC West with Russell Wilson. Okay, Russell Wilson's great, but then you have Jimmy Garoppolo, Jared Goff, and Kyler Murray. Like, that's your number 2 group of quarterbacks in the NFL.
I can tell you right now, 2 of those quarterbacks did not make Ben's top 20 quarterbacks of 2020. Just so you know.
Just 2 of them?
Yeah, 2 of them made it.
Garoppolo made it? Wow.
Well, if it's 20 quarterbacks, that's more than half the league.
It is. It's more than half of starting the quarterbacks in the league.
I know, but when I look at Goff and Garoppolo and Murray only in his second year, I don't get it. But anyway, okay. All right. Number third. Now everybody is just all over this guy. It's the AFC West, and who everybody's in love with is Drew Lock. Drew Lock is getting a ton of credit. He's going to be a stud this year, right?
This guy loves Derek Carr too.
Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, and the Chargers don't even have a starting. It's Tyrod Taylor / Justin Herbert, and somehow they're still
they're ahead of the freaking NFC North with that.
Yeah.
Well, and Derek Carr, who's like getting booed out of his own stadium.
Oh.
But this guy loves him. He's he's going to be the greatest thing to hit Las Vegas.
Carr's switching stadiums, so maybe he won't get booed as much.
That's true, especially if there's no crowd.
Anyway, he loves Derek Carr. He's always been a Derek Carr supporter, even though he's struggled. He's much better than his stats will tell you, or something. I don't know. Okay, number 4 is the AFC North. The AFC North with Lamar Jackson, okay, fine, who's really not a quarterback. He's an incredible athlete, but really not a quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
Okay. Then you have rookie Joe Burrow on the Bengals, Baker Mayfield, who this guy says is going to be back to being a superstar again, and Colin Cowherd says that too, I think. And then Ben's favorite, Ben Roethlisberger. Those 4 guys are better than the NFC North quarterbacks as well.
Well, I'll say this: 3 out of those 4 made Ben's top 20 quarterbacks of 2020. Just so you know.
You put Joe Burrow on your top 20 quarterbacks?
No, I did not.
You put Roethlisberger? What?
Yeah.
Dude,
it was we'll get into it. I'll tell you how I had to do it.
That just shows you, even though Ben hates Roethlisberger, he's still.
I hate him.
He's still
I hate
like
Roethlisberger.
Unbiased in making these
That's
lists.
right. This is an unbiased list, except for when it comes to Matt Ryan. That was biased. I had to make sure I did not get him on the top 20.
Then number 5 out of 8 divisions. Number 5 is finally the NFC North with Aaron Rodgers, who is getting no respect, Kirk Cousins, who gets no respect, Matthew Stafford, who apparently is great and the best quarterback in the division, I guess, according to these other guys. And then they have Mitch Trubisky / Nick Foles, which we know is going to be Nick Foles. But that's 5th, NFC North, 5th out of 8 divisions. Ridiculous.
I don't get it. I don't understand this crap.
He loves Stafford. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. That's why his comments don't make any sense too. It's like Cousins.
He says Rodgers is still playing at the level of the top 5 quarterback of all time.
Yeah. Cousins is solid, falling in the range of 8 to 16 in quarterback rankings, according to him. So you have those 3 guys, and I don't know.
So I think if you add this up, like 3/4 of the quarterbacks in this list are in the top 10 quarterbacks of all time. I think this is how this guy's math works.
Zach,
a lot of Hall of Famers in the league right now.
Yeah.
Number 6 is the AFC South with Deshaun Watson, Phillip Rivers, Gardner Minshew, and Ryan Tannehill. Okay. I mean, those guys aren't very good, so yeah, okay.
Actually, 3 of those guys made Ben's top 20 of 2020.
Gardner Minshew?
That's right. You love Minshew.
I'm just saying. I love me some Gardner Minshew. That's all I'm going to say.
I guess thinks the Bears quarterbacks brought down the whole division so far. But it can't be that. I mean, come on. I think it's Kirk Cousins is getting any damn respect. Aaron Rodgers is getting way less respect than he deserves. And everybody loves Matt Stafford. So I don't get it.
What bothers me with this list is saying Rodgers is still one of the top 5 quarterbacks of all time. Like, people throw in this sort of thing, but then he still tanks in the rankings. So obviously you don't mean it if that's what you're saying, or your ranking is complete crap. like, one of the two things doesn't jive with the other. So which is it? Do you still have one of the quarterbacks top 5 of all time, who you've also got, apparently, according to this guy, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. So who are the other two
And Drew
quarterbacks
Brees.
of all time? Oh, and Drew Brees. Yeah. So there's one other quarterback of all time that's not on his list so far. I don't.
Yeah,
Of course,
Brett
we didn't get to
Favre.
number 8.
And Zach chimes in and says Stafford for years and years has had padded stats. Yeah, he has. Up until just the last couple of years where he didn't throw as much.
When you're always losing, you're always passing. Sorry,
Yeah, that's true.
you're always passing.
All right. Number 7 is the AFC East because we're trying to keep getting through stuff. So Josh Allen, Fitzmagic / Tua, Jared Stidham, and Sam Darnold. Somehow that's not the worst division of
That should
quarterbacks.
be the worst division. That's the worst.
Well, but when
I
it
only had
brings us to
one
the
quarterback make the Ben's top 20 out of that group.
last-
Not even one?
No, one.
In fairness to this guy, though, the best quarterback in the worst bunch isn't playing right now, so that can't really help the NFC East all that much.
Hmm.
So
All right. So NFC East is the end. Dak
Really?
Prescott, Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz, who everybody loves, and Dwayne Haskins, who's terrible. Yes, I agree. But is
So
Dwayne
Dak Prescott
Haskins
and Carson Wentz can't bring them above the crappy AFC East.
I guess, according to this
maybe
guy.
if Dak gets a contract,
Even if he
Dwayne-
doesn't, I'll take Andy Dalton and Carson Wentz over all those other guys.
This me too.
yeah,
don't-
no, I agree.
This is
I think
terrible.
he's looking at more than just a quarterback when he's trying to rank these divisions.